This is Glenn Rossi with KVCB Channel 5 News, reporting to you live from downtown Fall Creek Valley. We are interrupting your regular programming for a brief moment to report to you this heartbreaking story, perhaps the biggest tragedy in the history of Fall Creek Valley. It is with a heavy heart to report that the bodies of 8 local residents have been found at various locations around town. Here to comment is Sheriff Ryan Levitt with more information. Sheriff, what can you reveal about these murders?
Well, going to this time, all the events for the past 24 hours are under investigation. We have 7 separate crime scenes. One suspect, Reggie Griffin, was taken into custody late last night.
And you believe these murders could possibly be linked?
Well, we are exploring the possibility of a connection between several of the murder victims and the disappearance of Bobby Maxwell.
I see. And is the suspect still in custody?
Well, unfortunately, Mr. Griffin died in custody early this morning.
How did he die so suddenly?
That's under investigation.
So you still have yet to determine his cause of death?
Glenn, an autopsy is pending.
Of course. Well, Sheriff, in conclusion, is there anything you would like to say to the residents of Fall Creek Valley?
Well, to the citizens of Fall Creek Valley, remain calm. We are confident we have found the person responsible for these horrible crimes, but remain vigilant. If you see anything suspicious, call 911 immediately. In essence, if you see something, say something.
In memoriam of the victims of this terrible tragedy, there will be a candlelight vigil held tonight at sunset at the Fall Creek Valley Town Center Hall. We will be bringing you more updates and information as it becomes available.
Was killed, murdered. I don't believe he killed himself, because I don't see how anyone could kill themselves when they're tied up to a chair. I don't know how that is. And then when you take into account the black pumpkin that was found near his dead body, I'm kind of curious how many people in Fall Creek Valley are still either scared, or me or my family is a threat to the community. That's just messed up, man, you know? I wasn't even supposed to be in town. I ended up getting this phone call. Just come on down to the stage. Blood, blood, blood. Just all over the floor. They want some kind of tangible person to pin it on. So because my brother happened to be there, they put it all on him. When you grow up with your entire town looking at you like you're a monster and a big fat liar, you know, that's gonna screw you up a little bit, isn't it? They never found the body of Blake Bobby. They never found his body. But they're pinning this on him. Bobby Maxwell, we all know, was not just made up in my brother's mind. Many of us, well, who are now dead, knew that Bobby was real. I knew he was real. Kid with his bloody nose all the time. Maybe someone out there is gonna, someone who cares, is gonna be able to get to the bottom of this and figure out what really happened someday. And In which case, it'd be really great if they clued me in on it, because when I'd go to sleep at night. Hello, I'm Alex Griffin. I was sent on a search to find out about my brother Reggie. There's just a lot of unanswered questions, and when I arrived at the police station, they claimed that he was sitting in his chair and he was handcuffed to it. And they claim yet somehow that he committed suicide. I don't know how this is. It's very strange because there are security cameras all over the station. Yet conveniently, in the room where he was interrogated, no footage. There's no footage. It's very strange because you can see from the camera outside the door, outside the interrogation room, you can see that when the sheriff goes in there, you can see as the door opens, you can see Reggie in there. He's totally fine. But within that 2-minute period somehow, after the sheriff left and when he went back in there, somehow within that 2-minute period, Reggie ended up committing suicide, as they say. I would really love to get down to the bottom of these questions I have, and if anyone's out there who knows any answers, please help me out with this, because so many of you have been following along in these videos about my search for the truth behind what happened to my brother Reggie, and my investigations into Diablo's Den. The reason why I bring that up is because a long time ago, I was at a party with my brother and some other friends of ours, and we were making fun of Bobby Maxwell. And some things happened. He ended up hitting me in the face and ran off from the party, and the kids chased after him. And my brother Reggie, I was the first one to be told what had happened. My brother Reggie told me that someone had thrown a rock at his head. He fell down this hill, and at the bottom of the hill, it's right near Diablo's Den right there, a car came around, hit Bobby Maxwell. The drivers got out and they threw his body into the pond, which is out there by Diablo's Den. And we all kind of made a pact not to tell anyone about what had happened. And so a few weeks had gone by and no one could find his body. Reggie came forward and told them, look, I'll take blame for what happened. You know, I saw what had happened. It's up there, Diablo's Den. Look for his body. They looked all over, they couldn't find his body. So it made my brother a laughingstock of the town, and consequently our whole entire family. So we were kind of forced to move out of here. This isn't the only example of something strange happening in Diablo's Den. I found a couple things here. I'm just gonna just bring this up really quick. Just a real quick history of just one of the many things that has happened here. 1958, an outlaw named El Diablo Sanchez rode up from the south with a band of men. They accidentally came across Fall Creek Valley and soon learned about the gold mines. One late afternoon, El Diablo and his men robbed the gold from the workers, killing over 25 innocent men, women, and children. So I'm sure you're kind of getting an idea as to where Diablo's Den was named from, right? So, learning of the horrible massacre that happened, the Dakota, who had founded our town, he sent a whole posse up there to go find Diablo and his buddies. They were hiding in the caves, they were hiding in the trees, and so the posse decided we're just going to smoke them out. And they just set fire to all of the area out there. They waited out there with their guns until Diablo and his men came running out of the caves. So while they're running out, and there's a big pond, you know, I mean, this is the same pond that Bobby was thrown into, all the guys would come running through this fire and to get extinguished in the pond. Well, out there waiting was the posse, so as soon as they came running out there and they're just like on fire, they're just shooting them, just killing them. So it was saying here that El Diablo Sanchez was the last to escape the fire. When he ran out to the pond, he himself was ablaze, so he was just filled with fire, shooting his guns. It took several gunshots to kill him. So the fire burnt itself out in time, leaving the area black with ash. Okay, so the fire went out, but it's very weird. Ever since then, it's all been very dark and like ashy out there in Diablo's Den. And so, turns out that El Diablo and his men's dead bodies were left in the pond. They were never given a proper burial. So, no one from Fall Creek Valley returned to the pond for years, and they ended up naming the pond Diablo's Den. So, I'm not going to get into some of the deeper histories here, but that will definitely be for future videos. Okay, so I've been doing these blogs for some time now, and I've been approached by an Oswald Gracie who has been following the Fall Creek Valley Massacre, which basically was pinned on my brother Reggie. He apparently was with my brother Reggie that night that this was happening, and he's found a lot of information. You know, Reggie was stated as saying, this is what the sheriff said, is that Reggie was talking a lot about, he kept saying Bloody Bobby, Bloody Bobby, Bloody Bobby. That's something that Oswald is now is talking about, because Bloody Bobby is the nickname we gave to Bobby Maxwell, who was the little boy who hit me in the face a long time ago at that party. And Oswald is kind of like this conspiracy theorist. He's trying to tie in Diablo's Den with Bloody Bobby and all the other strange things that are going on there with Diablo's Den. I mean, I don't really know what to think of it, but I'm curious to find out more of what he knows, because he's set up this website that's got it's got the news articles here about Bobby Maxwell's services, and just basically the whole thing is just laid out right here. So I don't know, we'll see what we find. I just want this all to go away.
I know. Maybe this could be kind of therapeutic for you to talk about all this.
You're not gonna spin this around?
No, I won't, Alex.
I'm a journalist too, you know. I've seen it all. I know when I'm being duped.
I'm not gonna dupe you. This is the biggest tragedy in the history of Fall Creek Valley. It's not gonna go away.
You know, maybe I could write my own story, huh? That way it wouldn't have all the lies that other people would put into it.
Yeah, I don't think you could be very objective about it.
That doesn't matter anyway. People are gonna take away from this whatever they want. I could say whatever I want to say, and you can write whatever you want, and it's not going to stop it from becoming some twisted urban legend. Parents are going to find their kids in the dark chanting, as if they're trying to channel his spirit, bring him back to life. They're going to hear their kids whispering, Bloody Bobby, Bloody Bobby, Bloody Bobby, Bloody Bobby, Bloody Bobby.
Maybe we should do this some other time.
Bloody Bobby, Bloody Bobby, Bloody Bobby, Bloody Bobby.